Hello splendid people and welcome to my channel where knowledge and insight are always on the menu. Today we're embarking on a journey that takes us into the realm of mental health. This is a subject that affects all of us, directly or indirectly, yet it's often shrouded in misconceptions and prejudice. It's a topic that's been kept in the shadows for far too long, and it's high time we shine a light on it. In this universe of ours, where our minds are the vessels for our souls, our mental well-being should be a priority, not an afterthought. Yet we live in a world where the stigma attached to mental health is real and prevalent. So let's take that step today. Let's break down those walls of misunderstanding and prejudice. Let's delve into the depths of this very necessary conversation. Ready? Let's go, and remember, you're not alone in this journey. Subscribe and share for more. First, we need to understand what exactly mental health stigma is. It's a form of prejudice where people have negative attitudes and stereotypes about those who suffer from mental health conditions. This stigma comes in two main forms: social stigma and self-stigma. Social stigma is when society labels someone as different or less than because of their mental health status. It's seen in the discriminatory behavior and attitudes that people display toward those with mental health issues. This can be as subtle as avoiding someone because of their condition, or as blatant as verbal and physical abuse. On the other hand, self-stigma is when the person suffering from a mental health condition internalizes these negative societal views, leading them to believe that they are less than or unworthy. This can result in feelings of shame, low self-esteem, and a reluctance to seek help. The effects of mental health stigma are far-reaching. It can lead to isolation, discrimination, and a lack of understanding. It can also discourage people from seeking help, leading to an increase in untreated mental health conditions. At a societal level, it can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and create barriers to necessary mental health reforms. So mental health stigma is not just an individual issue, but a societal one as well. It affects not just those who are suffering, but also their families, friends, and the wider community. Having understood what mental health stigma is, we can now explore why it is so pervasive. The roots of mental health stigma run deep. It's important to recognize that this stigma does not sprout from nowhere. There are various causes, and understanding them is the first step towards breaking the stigma. One major cause of mental health stigma is the lack of understanding. Many people don't understand what mental health disorders are and how they affect individuals. They tend to equate mental health issues with personal weakness or consider it a character flaw, which is far from the truth. Mental health disorders are medical conditions, just like physical health issues. Fear is also a significant contributor to the stigma. People often fear what they don't understand or can't see. As mental health disorders are not always visible, they can instill fear and unease in others. This fear can lead to avoidance, discrimination, or even hostility towards those suffering from mental health disorders. Cultural attitudes towards mental health also play a pivotal role in creating stigma. In many cultures, mental health issues are seen as taboo or a sign of spiritual weakness. These cultural beliefs can deter people from seeking help and perpetuate harmful stereotypes. Moreover, the media often portrays people with mental health disorders in a negative light, which further fuels the stigma. Sensationalized stories and harmful stereotypes can lead to widespread misconceptions and biases. As we see, mental health stigma is a complex issue, but it's far from insurmountable. By educating ourselves and others, fostering empathy, and challenging these stigmas, we can make strides towards a society that supports and understands mental health. Now that we understand what mental health stigma is and why it exists, we can address how to break it. To challenge and eventually shatter the stigma surrounding mental health, we must first focus on education. Knowledge is power, and in this case it's the power to change perceptions. When we arm ourselves with the correct information about mental health, we can debunk the myths and misconceptions that often fuel stigma. We can explain that mental health issues are not signs of weakness, but rather common conditions that affect millions worldwide. We can illustrate that mental illnesses are not character flaws, but medical conditions just like any physical ailment. Next, we need to encourage open conversations about mental health. Silence breeds ignorance and fear, two major contributors to stigma. By talking about mental health, we bring these issues into the light, making them less scary and more understood. These conversations can be as simple as asking a friend how they're feeling, or as complex as discussing diagnosis and treatments. The important thing is that these discussions are happening. Finally, promoting empathy is key. Empathy allows us to put ourselves in another person's shoes, to feel what they feel. It's the antidote to judgment and discrimination. By fostering empathy, we can create a more understanding and supportive society where people with mental health issues feel accepted rather than ostracized. Remember, everyone has mental health and anyone can experience mental health issues. They're our friends, our family, our colleagues, they're us. Every step we take towards breaking the stigma, whether it's educating ourselves, having honest conversations, or cultivating empathy, makes a difference. It's a collective effort, one that requires patience, understanding, and kindness. But it's an effort that's worth every ounce of energy we put into it. Because at the end of the day, it's about humanity. It's about ensuring that everyone, regardless of their mental health status, is treated with dignity and respect. As we nurture understanding and empathy, we can all play a part in breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. We've covered a lot of ground today, but the journey is far from over. We've delved into the murky waters of mental health stigma, dissecting its causes and effects on our society. We've shed light on the fact that it's not just a personal problem, but a collective one that affects us all. We've also explored ways to break the stigma, highlighting the crucial role of open and honest conversations. But remember, this is only scratching the surface. There's so much more to learn, to understand, to empathize with. It's a continuous journey that requires us to be vigilant, compassionate, and open-minded. So let's keep these conversations going. Let's continue to educate ourselves and others. Let's continue to challenge and change our perceptions. Let's continue to support each other. Remember, every conversation matters. Please like, subscribe, and share this video for more enlightening content. Together, we can make a difference.